CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you're with us on this Monday, May 11th. Greater Sudbury police say they are not laying charges in the collision that killed 17-year-old Grace Ranger. The teen was killed April 16th after she was struck by a vehicle. Police say they have confirmed Ranger had been in an altercation with another girl just before the collision. The altercation took place on the sidewalk a distance away from the crosswalk where the crash happened. Police say there were insufficient grounds to support charges, adding there was limited lighting in the area. The altercation is still under investigation. Moving now to the weather. Another cool day out there. Is a warm-up coming soon? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman. Rick.
I knew you were going to ask me that question, Tony.
How did you know?
I've got ESPN. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I knew you were going to ask me that, and I thought, you know what? Better weather will soon be here. Give me a couple of days. We'll see some temperatures, a big change in temperatures, and some warmer weather after what we put up with on the weekend. Our systems map, we still have some precipitation to move in by tomorrow, continuing into Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we will see a big difference in temperature. And you know what? It's well worth the wait. It's all brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at getcaa.ca. 5-day forecast, Tony. You'll see the difference coming up in just a few minutes.
Can't wait for that. Thanks so much for that, Rick. The Federation of Northern Ontario Municipalities annual conference is underway in Timmins. This year's theme is Connecting Communities, Driving Growth. CTV's Lydia Chubak tells us more about the group's priorities.
State your name and the community you represent, please.
Phenom President and Kapuskasing Mayor Dave Plourde says he's pleased with the turnout so far at this year's conference.
It's carried.
Many mayors attended this morning's AGM, though the mayors of the 5 largest northern cities were not present.
We represent 110 municipalities. I would say that probably 3/4 of them are here today. Certainly there are going to be some that aren't going to be around.
Registrants voted on 5 key resolutions.
You can't avoid the resolution on Highway 1117. That's a big one for us. You know, this winter was a hard one. We saw a lot of accidents, a lot of victims, a lot of pain and suffering. Something's got to be done.
Phenom is also asking the province to establish a $100 million Northern Ontario policing grant.
Salaries are going up and the cost of policing is going up. And it doesn't mean because we're a smaller municipality that we don't have things to deal with.
Other resolutions call for amendments to the Mental Health Act to allow for time-limited, medically supervised compassionate intervention, after-hours mental health and addictions crisis response coverage, and the creation of industrial, commercial, and institutional recycling depots. Cochrane's mayor says all those resolutions have merit, but adds infrastructure investment remains a major priority.
We have huge mining development in the region. Forestry is an industry that we're working very hard on reestablishing, which will be as big as mining at some point. That's bringing thousands of people to the region with their families. We have no place for those people to live.
Regardless of the issue, the mayor of Espanola says northern municipalities need to speak with a united voice when advocating to the province.
We have worked with all our municipalities in our area, and we also really working with all the Indigenous reserves and people, because that's all part of it. We know we can't do it alone. And if we don't work together, you don't make it.
The Phenom Conference continues over the next 2 days at the McIntyre Community Centre with at least 6 addresses from provincial cabinet ministers on Wednesday. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Schumacher.
The court case for a Sudbury City Councillor has been pushed back until September, 1 month before the municipal election. City Councillor and mayoral candidate Bill Leduc faces 9 charges of violating the Municipal Elections Act. The charges stem from the 2022 municipal election connected to financing and fundraising. The judge has deferred the case until September 21st to either set a trial date or to reach a resolution. CTV News reached out to Leduc for comment, who said it was in his lawyer's hands and had no further comment. It's unclear if this will impact his campaign, since a person convicted of committing an offense could either pay a fine or be ineligible to run in the next election. A warning for West Nipissing residents. Even with recent flooding, the region is still dry. It comes from the West Nipissing Fire Department, which says it responded to 5 brush fires from April 20th to May 6th. All this while the community has been dealing with a state of emergency and localized flooding. The fire chief says forests and vegetation have not yet regained full moisture.
Like people to keep in mind, again, the bylaw states there's no daytime burning. Burning is only permitted after 6 o'clock at night. Permits are required for anything larger than a campfire, and to be very careful with the wind conditions and how dry it is during the daytime.
And there is a bylaw in town that regulates open-air burning within the municipality. Anyone caught violating it could be subject to fines or finding themselves invoiced for the costs associated with the fire. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. Right now, we're off to Batchewana Bay, north of Sault Ste. Marie. This is a shot of Lake Superior. The live webcam is courtesy of Jake Cormier. It's 8 degrees. We will return in just a few minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
We all knew it was coming, but I must apologize to all the moms yesterday. Lousy day for weather, depending on where you lived. We had sun, we had rain, we had sleet, and pretty well some cooler temperatures. Let's move on. I promise to make it up to you all moms and everyone, coming up by the end of the week. Forecast radar, that precipitation moving in. We've got more moving in by tomorrow and continuing into Wednesday. Is it going to stop permanently? No, but it's certainly going to be better than what we've had the last couple of days. Let's check out some of the numbers. Sudbury, Nickel Belt, periods of rain tomorrow at 10. Now, the rain will be late in the afternoon. The same will apply in Sault Ste. Marie. Wednesday, chance of showers, 60%. Then it gets somewhat better. Thursday, cloud cover 16, 17 on Friday, sun and cloud, and continuing into the weekend. Just for starters, with our 5-day forecast, we've got 19 Saturday with the chance of showers. How about Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, periods of rain tomorrow at 7, showers on Wednesday at 11, 15 Thursday. That's a welcome sight, sun and cloud, some sunny breaks, 40% chance of showers, 15, and more of the same on Saturday. It gets better on Sunday and Monday of next week. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, mainly sunny for tomorrow, 14. That's nice. Chance of showers Wednesday at 12. Sun and cloud Thursday, 15. Friday, the odd sunny break, 40% chance of showers, 17. And more of the same on Saturday at 17. I think you'll really appreciate the 7-day forecast next hour coming up. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, mainly sunny tomorrow at 11. Chance of showers Wednesday at 10. 16 cloud cover Thursday, Friday. Sun and cloud 17, and the chance of showers Saturday at 19. At least the temperatures are getting better. And as Tony wondered earlier, it is warming up. We need that. North Bay, West Nipissing, mainly sunny tomorrow, 13 degrees. Wednesday, chance of showers at 60%, 10 degrees your high. Then all the way up to 16 Thursday. Sun and cloud, more of the same on Friday. 1 degree better, 17. And the chance of showers, 40%, 19 on Saturday. So, Tony, you wanted some warmer weather. It is coming. Give it a couple of days. We've got a little bit of rain still to come, but compared to what we had on the weekend, the forecast is looking so much better. Back to you.
Good to hear. Thanks so much, Rick. Blooms for Change is underway in Sault Ste. Marie, kicking off over the weekend. Organized by the Freedom Sisters, the initiative looks to raise awareness about intimate partner violence while supporting local survivors. As homeowners look to start their gardens, the group is encouraging people to plant purple flowers as part of a citywide challenge. The group's motto is IPV ends with me.
That intimate partner violence happens. It happens everywhere. It happens across all socioeconomic statuses. It happens across all races. I think it's really important that we stand in solidarity with survivors and let them know that they're believed.
Organizers say it's nice to be able to drive around and see the purple. Collins is hopeful survivors will see it and know that they are not alone. The campaign runs until July 30th. Construction at North Bay's wastewater treatment plant is going to begin this week. Minimal impacts are expected, but several infrastructure projects will create increased activity and noise along Memorial Drive and Kate Paceway. The work at the wastewater treatment plant will include roof replacement and some smaller system upgrades. Major upgrades are expected this fall and will replace a key intake component. The city of Elliott Lake says it's closed the small pool at the Reuben Lee UT Center until further notice. In a Facebook post last week, city officials say it was closed due to technical issues and that staff are working to fix the issue as quickly as possible. The lap pool and hot tub remain open for public swims, and the parent and tot classes will take place in the shallow end of the lap pool. One of Sault Ste. Marie's biggest tourism attractions is having issues with its infrastructure. As CTV's Corey Nordstrom tells us, the Canadian Bushplane Heritage Centre is in need of millions of dollars to fix its leaky roof.
Aircrafts, automobiles, and plastic buckets? The newest fixture of the Canadian Bushplane Heritage Centre is one that officials wish they didn't have on display.
The roofing material is original to 1948. Things get a little leaky after that much time. So basically at this point, the roofing material is just rotten. It needs to be replaced, and the leaks have become unsustainable.
An engineer has confirmed that there are currently no structural issues related to the leaks in the roof, though if left unaddressed, it will be a concern. For now, the multitude of buckets are an eyesore, but for management at the Bushplane, the problems run much deeper.
Unfortunately, we've had some damage to aircraft. We've had to move events or make amendments to things. We've lost some product in parts of the gift shop. We actually recently just closed down the lower part of our gift shop due to some of the pervasive leaking.
The roof is roughly 65,000 square feet, and recent patches have only fixed a small portion of the issue. Bushplane leadership have begun a campaign aimed at replacing the roof with climate control, insulation, and air management included.
It is $5.8 million. That's the tendered price that we received recently. We have about 2.7 that is tentatively secured, and so now we're looking to raise that other $3 million so we can move ahead with the full project.
Part of those funds are coming from the province, with the centre now looking for other funding streams. Officials are also encouraging locals to donate or take part in some of the many fundraising events they have coming up throughout the summer. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
Spreading the word coming up on CTV News at 5. In Sudbury, people were sharing their stories of the gift of life during Organ Donor Awareness Month. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching CTV News at 5. I'm Tony Ryma. Residents in Greater Sudbury may have seen street sweeping vehicles on the roads. The city has brought in contractors, and cleaning officially began today. CTV's Madison Merrier reports.
Street sweepers are picking up just over 53,000 tons of sand used this winter, and the city says cleanup is expected to take 6 to 8 weeks.
This year we have about roughly the same amount of sand as we have last year, so our projection should be similar in completion time. So again, they're all estimates, depends on the weather.
Last year, the city began the sweeping on a rotating basis.
The Ramsey Lake watershed is always the #1 priority. Areas like Coniston are done by a contractor, so those ones always start at the same time.
Every year they're going to start in a different place so that nobody's first, no one's last. From year to year, the crews are going to go around. They're trying something different this year with the crews by just pooling them and going them around. So you might be last this year in your community, but next year it'll be sooner for you.
The city says community members should be aware of their street cleaning schedule to ensure roads can be properly cleared.
We want them to know to try to keep their cars off the street and to remove their basketball hoops and their hockey nets and all the other kind of things we use our roads for, so that the street sweepers can make a clean sweep.
If you can avoid parking on the road, especially overnight, when you know we'll be in that area, just to make sure we can get all the street swept in one pass and not have to come back and for a second pass.
The city's street sweeper schedule is posted on the city's website and updated twice daily. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Meanwhile, the city of Timmins is asking for patience as it works to clean up sand on downtown city sidewalks. In a social media post, city officials say they used a lot of sand over the long winter because of the significant snowfall. As a result, they're using a Karcher compact sweeper to help in cleaning it up along with all the debris. The process leaves a trail that will be swept up with a larger box sweeper. It's all in a bid to save time and, of course, labor. Dozens gathered in Sudbury today to mark Organ Donor Awareness Month. It's a tradition led by the Irish Heritage Club to celebrate life-saving gifts and the Northerners who make them possible. CTV's Amanda Hicks reports.
Lori Racine shares her story at Sudbury's 27th annual organ donation awareness event. Nearly 28 years ago, Racine's sister gave her the ultimate gift, a kidney.
She decided to do that, and it was like unbelievable. The best day of my life. I was off dialysis, onto a lot of medication, but here I am almost 28 years later with a kidney and a second chance at life and doing most of the things I want to do.
The event, organized by the Irish Heritage Club of Sudbury, also serves as a place for grieving families to find purpose. Ashley LaBelle, a club member and advocate, is honoring her sister, Angèle. 2 years ago, Angèle made history as Northeastern Ontario's first heart-in-a-box donor, an advanced procedure that keeps the heart beating during transport.
We still have our bad days, so just knowing that she saved someone else, even if it wasn't just her heart, if it was just her eyes, you know, that would have been like she helped someone else. So that's how it helps us grieve.
NDP health critic France Gélinas says Sudbury boasts some of the highest registration rates in Ontario, topping 75% in Coniston and Wanapitei. However, she says the provincial wait list still stands at 1,700 people, with 3 people dying each week while awaiting a transplant. Last week, Robbie's Law, which would permanently honor donors on hospital walls, reached its second reading at Queen's Park.
To have those memorials in our hospital is one more way for people to think about becoming a donor, to talk to their family about becoming a donor, and a way to say thank you. Those people save lives, those people made a decision to help others, and they should be honored for that.
While Robbie's Law still needs to pass its third and final vote, LaBelle says making a difference starts by registering as a donor online. She says that small act can be someone's second chance at life. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
Now some sports for you. NOJHL champions, the Sudbury Cubs, continue their bid for the Centennial Cup this week. Friday night, the Cubs took down the Truro Bearcats 4-1. This afternoon, they played the Flin Flon Bombers and lost 6-4 to bring their round-robin record to 1 win and 2 losses. The Cubs will finish off round-robin action against Collège Français de Longueuil tomorrow at noon. Buildings and bridges are lit up in red, white, and blue in Montreal to support the hometown team. They can be seen from Place Ville-Marie to the Sun Life building to other downtown high-rises. There's also Habs-themed lighting at the casino, the Biosphere, and at the Ferris wheel at the Old Port. And in the PWHL, the Minnesota Frost will be in Montreal tonight to take on the Victoire for Game 5 in the best-of-5 semifinal series. If Montreal can win, they will advance to face Ottawa for the Walter Cup, securing an All-Canadian Championship Series. Game time in Montreal is 7 p.m. Pure Country Catch-Up. When we return, we'll check in with our radio cousins. You're watching First at 5.
Well, it's been another busy week in country music. Here is some of the latest. You might just be able to catch one of your favorite country stars on The Voice. Yes, Riley Green has announced that in the fall he's going to be joining The Voice as a coach. He'll be alongside Kelly Clarkson and Adam Levine for that one. And you can actually catch The Voice through CTV or on Crave. Also in country music, Luke Combs, he actually received an honorary degree of music from Appalachian State University. This is in North Carolina. He actually attended that university from 2008 until 2012. Now, he didn't actually complete that criminal justice degree. He actually left it to pursue his career in music. And now he just got that honorary degree in music through the university. Funny how it all comes full circle, right, Coop? Thanks, Coop. And Ella Langley, she has been at the top of the country music world. Yes, and her song, Choosin' Texas, continues to be among the tops these days. It is the most played song on TouchTunes jukeboxes so far this year. Morgan Wallen came in at #2 with I'm the Problem on, again, those TouchTunes jukeboxes. Pretty cool, eh, Coop? Thanks, Coop. If you want to hear those tunes and some of the other greats, make sure you're tuning in. Pure Country 91.7 on the dial, or you can listen completely free on the iHeartRadio app. Just look up Sudbury's Pure Country.
Our first community close-up comes to us from North Bay. Divers with the North Bay Scuba Club spent part of Mother's Day cleaning up the marina. They say this was one of the coldest dives they've experienced in the past 24 years. They recovered a boat tarp, camping chairs, a carpet, a jug of oil, a cell phone that you just saw, plus other items. We are off to Agnew Lake, north of Espanola. Jeanette Mulligan emailed us this photograph and says, a beautiful morning on the lake. It looks like a mirror, doesn't it? Thanks so much, Jeanette. To Laird Township, southeast of Sault Ste. Marie, Norma and Elliot sent us a couple of videos of a black squirrel. They say its tail has a white tip. It's the first time they've ever seen a creature like that before. Thanks so much, Norma and Alan. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And finally, police on Manitoulin Island stopped to help an animal in distress Saturday. Officers spotted a moose tangled in a wire fence along Highway 6 north of the swing bridge. Using tools they had on hand, police were able to cut the fencing and free the ensnared moose without injury to the animal or themselves. In a news release, OPP say policing comes with unexpected challenges that occasionally includes lending a hand to a moose in need. And well done there. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.